everyone. So happy to see you. I'm excited about this layout. This is day 28 of Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, and in my description box for this you'll get video links to everybody who's participating and making videos for today. And my pin is this one of this yellow and white striped towel with sunglasses on the beach, and I cut it off, but the pin was just everything you need for a great day at the beach: a towel and a pair of sunglasses. So that's my inspiration for the type of layout that I'm doing, or for the theme of my layout. I'm also doing a Secret Not Secret Kit Club challenge to use an imperfect photo. It's a challenge called Perfectly Imperfect, and it's this photo of Ava at a crummy little beach at a lakeside, Lake Lanier area near a campground that we used to camp when we had our RV. And she was, I want to say maybe 5 years old here. And it's a silly picture. It's taken at a wonky angle to the water line. And as she's dug down into the sand, she's trying to bury herself in the sand. And as she's trying to do it, it's kind of dug up the water. You can clearly tell it's not by the sea, and it's not pretty white sand like this, but it kind of leaves this sort of murky, muddy looking water. So I've never liked that part of the photo, or the fact that all the little beach toys were scattered around. We took her to this beach every once in a while when we went up to start our RV to keep the battery from running down, things like that. But it's just, she's got this cute little smile. She's not looking at the camera. She wasn't aware she was being photographed. She was just kind of digging down and trying to scooch down as far as she could to get her body under the sand, not really realizing that someone had to be scooping the sand on top of her. But I love the photo, even though it's a lousy photo. It's not particularly clear. And one of the things that the challenge invited us to do was disguise some of the problems with it. And I kind of looked at filtering and many other things that I often do to imperfect photos, because I am the champion of taking imperfect photos. But in the end, I decided to go with it exactly as it is. The toys add color to it, and the papers I chose to use kind of pick up a lot of those colors. And so I'm sticking with it. And the other challenge I'm doing is Mind the Scrap is having its summer challenge, and it's a team challenge, and it's craziness. For those of you who are familiar with Calvin Ball, it's similar to that. You get a new kind of grab 5 list every week, and each team develops a list each week. And so you get these 5 rules. And this week, the 5 rules are, I have them written down on a sticky note here somewhere. We're to scrap lift someone from the gallery, use the color yellow, use 3 numbers, have pictures of holidays or a beach trip, and use the packaging technique. Well, I don't have my alpha set here. Before it's all over with, I'm going to use 3 numbers. Let me see if I can quickly grab I had I'm gonna bring this. I'll see if it makes sense to put numbers on there anywhere. I may just not get that point. So, I didn't really show you the layout. The layout I have chosen to lift is this amazing one by Lilian Bowers. And of course the yellow and white paper, perfect for my my pen with the yellow and white towel. I love the layers. Everything's distressed and she's got layers underneath that. It looks like she's got several sheets of paper, but I'm guessing it's strips. And then she's used the stamps that came in the Mind the Scrap kit to do some tropical leaves. And she's used the paper flowers that came in the Mind the Scrap kit. I used my paper flowers within 10 minutes of getting the kit, I think. So I don't have any of hers left, but I do have these by Maggie Holmes that I think will work with the colors I'm using. So we'll try that. So first thing, I want to show you the papers I'm using. This is an Echo Park summertime paper, and all I did was kind of lay it across my page and kind of mark some dots where I wanted to cut it, and I cut it and then kind of put some adhesive right here so the corners where I was going to try to insert these layers wouldn't be glued down. And then I used another paper, which is this one, and I can't tell you who made this paper. This is a scrap that I removed the branding strip from, and I don't think I have a whole sheet of it left, so I apologize, but don't you love it? This one is great. It ombre'd from this pale aqua to this bright or darker teal and then to a nice mint green, and I've used that mint green a lot. I had a strip of this. Again, I don't know what that paper is. It might be Pink Fresh, but it has hearts on one side and then it has this yellow graphic print on the other side. It's a little bit different yellow from the one in the stripe, and I'm going to be using about 4 or 5 different shades of yellow in here, and I'm not going to care. So I cut 3/4 inch strips from this paper, this side of that paper, and then this side of the paper. And I went ahead and, because it was a little tricky getting this one cut, I went ahead and inserted it under here, and I've kind of begun turning back these. But so that's in place and that's going to stay there. I'll put this one in like this over this other one, but I think I'm going to do that. Well, actually, I'll go ahead and do it now, and then I'll do the packaging technique later. Let's just do this. I'm going to put adhesive even farther down than I know it goes. Oh, come now. It slid under there just perfect a minute ago. And that's going to show there we go. Okay, and that is kind of down there. And I'm just going to try to cut this off instead of using my trimmer. Okay, done. I'm gonna save that for layering behind photos. So I've got the hard part done there. Now, my intent with the packaging technique, if you look at the original, she's just got some splatters. And that's kind of all I'm trying to go for. I'm using this Pink Fresh yellow pigment-based translucent liquid watercolor. So it's liquid watercolors, and they're wonderful things. I'm scrunching up relatively stiff packaging because I don't want it to make contact with the paper in too many places. If I used softer ones, it would moosh down more, and I'd get a mooshier look instead of this look. So I'm just kind of, and I'm going to go up onto the yellow paper as well. I'll repeat it. And that's about, let me see, I might even try to get some there. Maybe go up in here. So that is about all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call that mooshed. And I'm gonna bring this down and start actually building things up. Okay. I thought I would put the photo just a little to the right like this, but I'm going to build a cluster based on this. This is the negative of a die cut. I used a Bramble Fox die, and I don't know if I want the cluster straight and the photo at an angle, or the photo straight and the cluster at an angle. I may do the photo straight and the cluster at an angle. So let me get some foam on here. I'm gonna put some foam down that'll hit here and some that'll hit here, and I'm gonna leave the middle part open because this paper that's been distressed and turned over kind of has some, there's some thickness there, and I want the photo to bridge that thickness. So we'll see how that works. Okay, didn't bridge the thickness as well as I wanted, so let me cut that in half. Okay, that seems to work. Okay, I'm liking it so far. So this, I'm gonna kind of loosely lay it there. I have backed it with some very thin strips of my foam tape. And the things I'm gonna put on there are these things. I have stamped and fussy cut a lot of flowers and leaves. I have Bramble Fox from the July Fox box. I've got these sunglasses. I think that's too much. I've got these pink ones and I've got these blue ones. So any of those would be appropriate. So what I thought I might do is let this little RV, since we were there taking care of the RV, I'll let the RV kind of overlap the photo. What I did was I took a sticker off of this sticker sheet. The RV, I actually took two. The RV sticker that was right in here and this Fun in the Sun, and I mounted them on cardstock to make them a little bit more sturdy. And so they'd kind of stand up, and I could use them differently from just a plain sticker. So I think what I'm gonna do is just stick this. I think it'll be a good stage for everything, and it may not show in the end, and that's okay because I'm using it to prop things up and to kind of gather them together. And if it does show, that's fine. It will match other things. See, it's not bridging that very well. So I'm going to kind of try to coax it down there. There we go. Okay, so I unfolded those. Okay, I'm going to do this, I think, and I may need a little foam on here. For it to touch. And do I want it straight, or I think I want it curved, and I'll put a little bit down right here. These are the things that I want to get okay, that'll work, I think. It's not, my foam isn't on there, isn't quite as thick as the photo and all of its stuff. Okay, that I'm just gonna go, I'll kind of stick that there and let it slide under the RV. And then I thought I'd pick my sunglasses. What is it, the blue or these cute pink ones? I'm gonna maybe hold off. Let me see how the other colors turn out when I start putting these flowers on. Okay, I want to start a flower cluster actually with one of these, and I think I'm going to pick the mint green one. See what I mean about this frame not showing? I may just use it. I'll start it right there, and then I'm going to I'm just gonna do a leaf here. And what I did, I stamped the leaves and flowers from some of the same papers, just from scraps from the same papers. Let me take the end off of that so that I can do it this way. And then I'm going to do another leaf kind of that way. Okay, and then I thought I might put one of the hibiscus here. And I've got this one and this pink one. I stamped it over a, and I've got this yellow one. I think I'll go with the yellow. I'll pop it up on some foam. Let me see if I can get it back here. I stamped one of them on top of one of these coral colored balls. That's this one. And I stamped one on top of one of these, and you know, kind of a lot of flowers have that kind of center, but this center is almost a little bit too perfect, so I'm not as crazy about that one. And then I stamped one on top of this. This one was on top of that yellow, and it's perfect. Okay, so let me put that aside. I'm going to I'm going to squeeze this in between layers, and then I'm going to do a couple of these leaves. Okay, maybe 2 of those, or I guess I'll do one of these. Okay, that's down. I'm going to do one here. I obviously stamped this one on the blue part of that ombre paper. Okay, there. And then I'll go one there. Sure. I wish these leaves, in both cases, I could have used them to turn the other way. I love the leaves themselves. Okay, so now I've got that cluster built. I'm going to put another flower up here, kind of overlapping the photo. And I'm debating whether to use, I think I'll go with this this one because it has the yellow center. The prettier pink with the blue would be nice as well, but I think I'm going with this because of that yellow center. Okay, and there I'm gonna have a yellow plumeria kind of sticking out. First I'm gonna do one of these leaves. And it will kind of also overlap that. And let me get some, or didn't I have? I did. Okay, I have some of the foam tape here. Let me get that there. I'll kind of pop it up and layer it over that leaf. Maybe like that. And I could also do one of the blue leaves maybe up in here, but I think I'm going to do it right there instead of up at the top. My photo is a different orientation. Let me get that burnished so that it sticks, and then I'll curl it up. Okay, that's good. What's it looking like in the way of sunglasses? Do I want the pink ones? I think I'm going to go with pink. And on these, you get kind of a frosty, indented side, or you could get a smoother but also frosted sort of looking side. I'm going to go with the frosty indented side because it looks like frames over lenses. I'm going to do my glue under this right hand one. There. And then I'll let this one kind of overlap the RV. Okay. There we go. I'm liking that. I've got another hibiscus here in this this color. I thought I might kind of stick it back in here. And again, I want it popped up a bit. Right now, this part is really just kind of seeing where there are spots that something would look cute. Let me do a leaf here. Okay, and now I'm just going to kind of scatter these on. The first one I'm going to put on some foam. And then the next two I'll do I'm actually going to do that one so that it's halfway off the page. And I'll glue it down since I'm doing that. And the reason for that, and this is kind of silly, but I kind of, just as on the one plane, you've got these things kind of snaking down this way, and a lot of that is the triangles kind of pointing to where all these things are falling, if you will. Also, everything here is built up to a height. There's some height here, but this gets higher and higher as I keep adding these things on. And I think I'm going to put that one right there. In fact, speaking of adding things on, because there's nothing but that ugly sand there. And so I kind of want it to look like it's tall in the center and then it snakes down. So this is a little bit tall, then this is going to be, this is glued down. Let me turn this one so that it's okay. And you know what I'm going to do? Because there is a little spot right there that doesn't, where the frame of the photo shows, the matting of the photo, I'm going to try to sneak this little bit of flower that I cut off right in there. Okay, so that makes it a cluster of 3. Okay, now, I don't have a title. Fun in the Sun works for a title. I'm going to go with Fun in the Sun for a title. I've got this Hello Sunshine, or this Summertime sticker, or I Was Made for Sunny Days, or The Best Day. Now, I like The Best Day because it's that aqua color. And Lovely Day. Okay, I just wanted something smaller, but I do want that color. Okay, put a tiny bit of foam under it. And as you know, that probably won't stick, so I'll go back and glue it after I've stopped filming. So it moves out from, okay. I'm not happy with how that one's going. Okay, there, that works, and it's the perfect color for that location. And now I want to see where the numbers would be appropriate. I could use them right across here just as a, just kind of an accent. and they're kind of cute, and I'm just gonna go, I just cut a thin strip of foam. I'm just gonna add the numbers on in order. And however many fit on this strip is how many are gonna get in there. All I have to have are 3. But I managed to get on 7. Okay. Just gonna stick that on right there. And it's clearly on just for the hell of it, with no particular reason for being. And I'm going to add some journaling. Let's see where, I guess I put my pen away. And I put it in with lots of other pens. So hopefully I can find it. There it is. Okay. Let's see, where do I want to do this? I'll just do it right here. Lake Lanier 2013. A break from RV care. All right, and it's done. So thank you for watching. I'm gonna cut this short. I actually have a few outstanding tasks today. I love this. I think this yellow brings this kind of yellow across the page. I'm very happy with it, and I just can't say, let me show you the stamp set. This is a Kelly Creates stamp set that came in the mixed media part. As you can see, I have used all of these stamps many, many times. You've seen them on many layouts recently, and I just can't get enough of them. I will be using those for a very long time. So thank you to Lilian Bowers for the inspiration for the page, and thank you all for tuning in. See you tomorrow for the next Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. And tomorrow is the day that we are all using the same pen. We've got a mood board pen, and I will show it to you just as a preview. It's going to be this one. So lots of pretty pinks, and there's even a lavender in there, tropical leaves, so those stamps may get some more use. Some pineapples in honor of Crystal Barrett and Miss Pineapple Papers herself. So again, I'm really happy with my little fun in the sun here. So thank you for watching. Bye.